Week 2 of the Utah High School Athletic Association 2019-2020 season on tap tonight as we're in Logan. Behind me, the Stansberry Stallions and the Logan Grizzlies are warming up for tonight's contest. Both teams lost in Week 1, and both teams come in with huge changes. Both teams with brand new coaches, both teams running new systems. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight as they really get going. Eric Alder, formerly of Ben Lomond, the coach of the Stansberry Stallions, he brings a more wide open style. The Stallions have always run a triple option. Well, they're more spread this year, like a lot of the other teams in high school. Logan, more pro style, a little bit of some spread as well. And Ethan Wilson, he's the quarterback. There's a legacy quarterback. His dad Todd is the offensive coordinator, and he was a quarterback that won a state title for Perry Christensen back in the late 80s. It's the Grizzlies and the Stallions coming up next on the Game of the Week.
I have an awesome workout for you here in Thailand. Let's get started. Are you ready for a challenge? I'm bringing your incline up. Let's go. We're not just working those legs, we're working the core too. So stay with it. Let's get going. We got 30 seconds. Let's push it out. That's it. Stay with me. Really lengthen that stride. You've got 3 intervals left. Stay strong. We only have a few more. You gotta stay with it. I know it's not easy, but you're almost there. Let's go. Last 3, 2, 1. Yes. Nice work. You crushed it.
It's time for Wendy's Bacon Fest. Bacon. That's right. The place that brought you the Baconator and sells more bacon cheeseburgers than anyone is making all your Applewood smoked dreams come true. Like the all-new Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger. Or the Bacon Double Stack in the $5 Biggie Bag. If you're this crazy for bacon,
make mine a double.
We got you with the Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger or the Bacon Double Stack Biggie Bag. Get yours now at Wendy's Bacon Fest.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experienced dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Hello and welcome to Crimson Field on the campus of Logan High School. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel tonight brings you Stansberry, the Stallions, going against the Logan Grizzlies. Both teams coming into this one after an endowment game loss last week. Stansberry losing a heartbreaker at home to Skyview. The Bobcats winning that one with a touchdown within the last 90 seconds of the game to win that one 27-20. And Logan heading on down to Provo and getting worked by one of the favorites in 5A. The Provo Bulldogs are one of the favorites in their region, and they beat Logan 46-7, a 95-yard kickoff return, the only scoring in that game for the Logan Grizzlies. We're getting ready to do the national anthem here at Crimson Field, so we're going to step aside for just a moment. When we come back, we'll talk about these two teams and get the opening kickoff. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh?
And then they tell me again, and I'd say, and they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
When I finally got tired of playing through knee pain, I went to a surgeon I'd heard good things about. Best choice I ever made. My doctor was great, but so was the hospital. They presented me with all of my options, and they took time to help me make decisions. That's the way it should be. That's what led to this moment. And that look on Phil's face.
Before your moment of truth, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
It's a beautiful evening at Logan High School, just a few minutes away from kickoff. Stansberry won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half, so they'll be kicking into the north end zone to the Logan Grizzlies. Both of these teams with new coaches. For Stansberry, they come off a 7-4 2018 campaign. They tied for first in Region 11 with a 4-1 record. They lost to Pineview 65-41 in the 4A quarterfinals. They've run the triple option ever since they opened 10 years ago at the school, but now under coach Eric Alder, they're going to go into a more fast-paced spread offense, and they will go. We saw Pineview last week and how fast they played. Stansberry wants to do the same thing. Eric Alder, with his roots here in the Valley, in fact, he coached at Skyview for quite a while, played at Skyview, and then coached for 5 years at Ben Lomond, commuted to Ben Lomond from the Valley. And then now he's moved his family down to Stansberry as he's taken that Stansberry job. Stansberry last year was ranked third offensively in 4A. They averaged almost 38 points per game. And Alder thinks that once these guys get the hang of this new offense, that they should really be able to put up some points just in a different way instead of that triple option by throwing the ball around a little bit. Defense is where they really need to improve, though. They finished in the middle of the pack, about 25.5 points per game, and they're hoping to make that a little better. They gave up 27 last week. They play 3 Valley schools the first 3 weeks. They had Skyview last week, Logan tonight, Green Canyon next week. For the Logan Grizzlies, they came off an impressive 9-2 campaign in 2018, second in Region 12, losing to Pineview 68-50 in the first round. Bart Bowen, the new coach here at Logan. He coached at Cottonwood for 1 season. He's going to utilize multiple offenses and a new quarterback. Taking over for Johnny Parkinson, who graduated, is Ethan Wilson, the transfer from Mountain Crest. His dad, Todd, was a state championship winning quarterback here in the late 80s for the Logan Grizzlies before going on to play at Utah State. And he'll be calling a lot of the plays offensively along with Bowen. He's being the quarterback coach, and Bowen with the offense, coordinating the offense. 32 points a game, 6th in 4A last year. Only 4 returning starters. And we're going to see that Logan offense right off the bat. 95-yard kickoff return by Ike Larson last week. What can he do with it now?
Isaac Larson with the return after the 15-yard
returns
line.
this one a few yards, out to about the 16.
First and 10 for the Grizzlies.
And it's 1st and 10 for Logan. And Ethan Wilson, number 1. He's a baseball pitcher as well as a quarterback here. His uncle is Mark Wooten, who coached at Mountain Crest for so long, the Pleasant Grove head coach. His other uncle, a state champ player for Mountain Crest, Ryan Stolworthy, Dr. Stolworthy. They go up top early, and they come up big. 29 yards.
J.J. Sargent. Big gain on the play.
As they go to J.J. Sargent for a first down at the 46-yard line. In fact, it's 30 yards where they spot it. They're going to give it to Thornley. Thornley's playing a little bit dinged up. He got a little dinged last week.
Kate Thornley,
and he picks up a yard. And there was some question as to whether he would play this week. It'll be interesting to see how much of a load they give him. Shotwell's number 2. They figured that he might carry a little bit, depending on how Thornley feels. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain. Wilson going up top again. Same play as before, and this one he leaves it short on kind of a little comeback, and Sargent can't come up with it.
Wilson, intended for J.J. Sargent.
So now it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
3rd and 9. 30-yard play out of the gates. And then 1 yard and an incompletion. And we're at 3rd and 9. Stansberry in that 3-4 look. They're going to rush 4. Wilson with the swing out to Shopbell. Shopbell looking for an opening, hit at midfield, spun down about 2 yards short of the 1st down. Let's see what they decide to do with it.
4th down and 5 for the Grizzlies.
Now it's 4th and 1, 2, 3. No, more like 4. And the Grizzlies keep Wilson out there. Wilson looks, nobody free. Good blocking. Wilson's got running room to the near side. 1st down as he scampers out of bounds at the 41. 7 yards on 4th down and 4. So the Grizzlies' first possession. Shaping up nicely in the early going. We've played just over a minute and a half in this 1st quarter as Shopbell joins Wilson in the backfield. Wilson has a man breaking free and he got turned around. It was Sargent. J.J. Sargent, the junior.
Intended for J.J. Sargent.
Sargent broke inside. Wilson threw it to the outside. 2nd and 10. Thornley and Shopbell in the backfield now. Sauer joins Sargent on the far side. Blitz coming. They give off to Thornley. Thornley hit quickly and brought down after a short gain. It's going to be 3rd down. High Tia after 3 yards for Thornley. 3rd and a long 7 or a short 8, depending on whether your glass is half full or half empty. If you hang around enough and get that glass half empty, everything's better. 9:52 to play in the 1st quarter. No score. It's the opening drive. They're going to give it. Nope. Fake. And then a pass from Wilson to Sargent. Makes one man miss. And then he is ridden down after a gain of about 4. It's going to be 4th down and 4.
Short gain on the play. 3rd down. Tackles made by number 41.
Fourth and 4. They went for it once before on a longer 4th down than this. At about the same yardage. Wilson scrambled for the 1st down on that play. Thornley joins him in the backfield. Andrew Thompson's in as a receiver as Shopbell switches sides. Sauer down to the bottom. They go up top. Going deep on 3rd, 4th and long, and it's a touchdown. 35 yards. J.J. Sargent hauls it in from Wilson on 4th and 4. .68 yards and a touchdown on 3 grabs on that possession for Sargent. It took just over 3 minutes. And the Grizzlies marched 85 yards for a 7-0 lead with 8:55 to play in the 1st. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
Impressive opening drive by the Logan Grizzlies. They drive it downfield, culminate the drive with a 35-yard touchdown strike from Ethan Wilson to J.J. Sargent on 4th down and 4. Sargent didn't have to do much. Wilson, that was a heck of a pass. It was like he ran out there and handed it to him. And Sargent found it in the sun, pulled it in, and waltzed in for the 7-0 lead. Short kick taken at the 20-yard line, and there's some running lanes for Stansberry as this one comes out to about the 36-yard line, and that's where the Stallions will take over. Woodhouse with the return. And Crew Huxford, number 4, the quarterback for the Stallions. Tommy Christofferson had a good game against Skyview last week, a hard runner. Talking to people that saw that game last week, were really impressed with him. It's Peyton Didrikson that's in the backfield right now with Huxford. They're going to give to Didrikson. Met in the hole for a short gain. Ethan Davis got a hold of him.
You got to turn your headlights on when you're coming up the middle like that. 2nd down and 9 for the Stallions.
2 yards. We're going to have to see if they switch some numbers because we've got Didrikson listed as a wide receiver. Dragged out of bounds is Jake Nunley, and he's up near a 1st down. It's a pickup of 10.
Taken out of bounds. Near midfield by number 6, that's Isaac Larson. 1st down Stallions.
Here's the pitch to the outside and a loss. As coming upfield hard was Landon Covington to make the stick. 3-yard loss.
Out for a big loss. 2nd down Stallions.
2nd down 13. Run the little out to Harris. Somebody gets a hold of him. It's Covington again, and he hauls him down after a 3-yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 for Stansberry.
Larson in press coverage at the bottom of your screen. He's already been offered. There's Christofferson.
Number 20 up the middle for a 5-yard
4 yards, and it's 4th down.
Brought down by Ethan Davis.
Bailey with the tackle. We talked about Larson. He's going back to field this punt. He's already been offered by Utah State. Play as a defensive back. He had 5 interceptions last year. One of the tops in the state. And he's just a junior. And a flag. But they called timeout. The white hat, the side judge threw a flag, but the white hat said they called timeout. So Stansberry takes their first timeout of the ball game, trailing 7-0, getting set to punt right at midfield, just inside Logan's end of the field.
Sponsors, the Logo Shop, McDonald's, Logan Physical Therapy.
So Logan looked good on their first offensive possession. They convert twice on 4th down. One of them goes for a touchdown. You look at this Logan coaching staff, and these kids are being coached up by some good ones. Todd Wilson, Kevin Rice, Scott Munson, Jermaine Younger, all Utah State football players, and you've heard all of their names before. Younger, in a long line of great linebackers to have played at Utah State, he's got to be in the top 10. They're going to run the fake. Christofferson's got it. He can pitch. He pitches it out. It's going to be a first down and more.
And the fake punt with the option works for the Stallions. That's first down.
So Stansberry catches Logan flat-footed. They pick up 19 yards on the fake and a first down, and the drive stays alive. Huxford has trouble with the snap. Looks up and he's got red in his face.
Number 4 dropped in the backfield for a loss.
Loss of 4 for Huxford.
Ethan Davis on the play. Second down, Stansberry.
Christofferson, big hole. He's going to score. 33 yards for Tommy Christofferson.
Meanders his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Stansberry.
I don't see any flags, but the officials are talking. There is a flag down on the 2-yard line. Maybe a celebration type of penalty as Christofferson got to the end zone and threw the ball high in the air. And that is, it's going to be unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
So the touchdown counts.
The touchdown is good. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
And the kickoff is where the penalty will come into play. Just over, not quite 3 minutes for Stansberry to tie it up. And a key fourth down conversion keeps the drive alive for Stansberry just like it did for Logan, and we're tied at 7 with 6:08 to play in the first quarter on the game of the week. 7 with 6:08 to play here in the first. Well, last year, both these teams had their struggles with defense, and so far in the first quarter, it's been the offense that has ruled the day. There's still a whole lot of football left. And Logan figures to get good field position as this kick is going to be from the 25-yard line after the unsportsmanlike penalty on Christofferson. Stansberry looked like they were going to punt. They took a timeout, came back on, went for it on the fake, and they're in the end zone a few plays later. Here comes Larson. He's got a block, and he's hauled down, and he's slow to get up. He got grabbed by the jersey and hauled down.
Number 6 on tackle.
And he's up now, but he was slow getting up. But still good field position for the Grizzlies. Their own 32 in a tie ball game. And the other thing to watch is J.J. Sargent came off the field limping on that one as well. He's over on the sideline. They're taking a look at him. Sargent on that first possession, 3 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Gage Jensen, number 28 in. And he's going to line up the top of your screen. Give to Thornley. Bounces off one of his offensive linemen and pinballs forward for about 2.
Cade Thornley with the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. Brought down by number 7. Second down, Grizzlies.
Larson sitting on the bench. As I mentioned, he was slow to get up, and he doesn't look like he feels very good. I'm still looking on the sideline for Sargent. I didn't see if he came back into the game. They throw the little inside slant to Devin Olson. And Olson picks up.
Number 41 for the Stallions. Third down Grizzlies.
Picks up 6. Four of 6 now, 5 of 6 now for Wilson. And it's third down, 2.5. Wilson, good pocket, over the middle, behind Shopbell, and it's fourth down. And I would think that Logan here will probably kick it away, and they're going to. Sargent never left the bench. He came up gimpy on the kick return. He was a huge part of the offensive game plan on that first possession. And Logan goes 3 and out on this one. Wilson had Shopbell on the crossing pattern, threw it a little bit behind him. It had to be right through a small window. And Wilson just a little late. They punt this one away from Christofferson, and it takes a good Grizzly roll inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line before it's finally down there. Nice kick by Andrew Thompson. So I mentioned Isaac Larson getting up slow after the kick return. Well, he spent the whole offensive possession sitting on the bench with his head down, and he's out there now. He's number 6 there near the sideline, the near sideline. And on the last defensive possession, he was in press coverage most plays. And it looks like they're going to run man again, and he's running press again. It's good as a DC to have good athletes on the outside. They fake the sweep, and Huxford keeps up to the 15. He picked up 4.
Quarterback keeper. Brought down by number 56, that's Quincy Wildman.
I said Stansbury wanted to go fast. They're at the line ready to go again. Give to Christofferson. He's held up, and there's going to be a face mask called. So coming in from the side was Ethan Davis, and he came in high, and he got his hands up in Christofferson's face mask. They just kind of glanced at it. I don't think they turned his head, but they got in the face mask.
Face mask on the Grizzlies.
So Logan with their first penalty, and it's 5-yarder. And with 4:04 to play in the first quarter, Stansbury picking up the first down by penalty in a 7-7 ball game. Christofferson's with Huxford in the backfield. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 split wide to the right. And Huxford's going to throw on the little screen. Good blocking on the edge, but Larson's there to clean it up. Nunley gets just about that much yardage. Nunley for you.
No gain on the play. Second down, Stansbury.
And where they're spotting it, he didn't pick up anything. Huxford fakes the throw. Then on the design keeper, I think he tripped over one of his own players' feet. He falls forward for a yard. It's 3rd and long. Third and 8. Huxley as Christofferson stays in to help. Huxley unloads. And Harris had turned the corner, but Huxley threw it out of his reach. And Stansbury will have to punt.
4th down, Stansbury.
And you can bet the Logan defense will have their eyes open big time now. It was a well-designed fake the last time out. They straight snapped it to Christofferson, and then they basically ran option from there. As soon as they got to Christofferson, he pitched off to Didrikson. And Didrikson picked up the yardage. Larson has a chance at a return here. His own 27. Can't run out of a tackle. Somehow still picks up 4 or 5 yards. So the Logan offense back on the field. In a 7-7 ball game with 2:58 to play in the first quarter.
First down, Grizzlies.
Tennyson Hadfield, you see him, big number 66 right there. He's a returner for this Grizzlies offensive line. They may have the biggest offensive line in the Valley. You take a look at them. They're a good size, led by Hadfield, who's roughly the size of a Dodge. Wilson throws to Sargent, who's back on the field. Slips a tackle, spins out of bounds at the 45. It's a gain of 13.
Makes a powerful move to break one tackle. Brought down by number 20. First down, Grizzlies.
81 yards on 4 catches and a touchdown for J.J. Sargent. Sargent, a junior. 4 wide again for Wilson. He's trying to come back inside to Gage Jensen, and it was knocked down.
Number 60 with the gorilla play to bat that one down. Incomplete pass.
By the interior line of Stansberry. It looked like that was, they got 2 60s listed here on their program. Like that was Brown. Daxton Brown. Going up top again, they go for Jensen and he can't haul it in.
Incomplete pass. I
mean, Wilson put it right there.
Third down, 10 for the Grizzlies.
Wilson started 5 of 6. He's 5 of 8 now after 2 incompletions, and it's 3rd and 10. And Logan Ofer on 3rd down, but they have 2 4th down conversions under their belt. That was a good throw by Wilson, and Jensen just couldn't find it. He kind of had to look back up over his shoulder, and it's hard to adjust to those. But he's going to watch film, and he's going to see, probably should have caught that. They're going up top again. This time they're going to Larson. He catches it. Makes a move on his feet, hit from behind, still on his feet. They're going to say his knee touched down at the 18. I'm not so sure either way. A heck of a play.
Brought down by number 23.
Now it's not at the 18, it's at the 13. .42 yards on 3rd and 10. And Larson with his first catch of the game. And Logan in business at the Stansberry 13-yard line. Wilson, the little swing. And it's picked off. We're going the other way. Can Wilson catch him? No way.
Number 5 with the interception on the batted pass.
80 plus and a touchdown for Harris. They threw the ball to the edge looking for that little screen out there, and it went off the shoulder pad of the receiver. He let it get to his pads. It popped up into the air. Harris made the grab and returns it 80 plus yards for the score. Logan was knocking at the door.
Logan High would like to thank the following sponsors: the Logo Shop, McDonald's.
And instead they give up points. And Coach Bowen's out on the field having a very animated discussion with the officials. I'm wondering, I'm not sure what he's talking about. I'm wondering if he's talking to him about Larson. I'm not so sure his knee was down. It should have been a touchdown. But in the end, you can't go back and worry about that, and maybe that's not what he's talking about. You got to have your receiver catch the ball on a little swing pass. He let it get to his pads. It popped straight up into the air. And then was grabbed and taken back for the touchdown. Fryer on for the PAT. Boy, Larson just about got there, but just about didn't count. 1:59 to play in the first quarter, 14-7 Stansberry. A lot of offense in this first quarter, but it's defense that put Stansberry ahead on the 80-plus yard pick six by Gabe Harris. Harris taking the pass that bounced off of the receiver, hauling it back the other way for the score. And it's 14-7 Stansberry. Larson at his own 3, coming near side. A lot of trouble. Turns the corner. Now Stansberry's got a lot of trouble. He leaps a tackler out to the 45. He's hit late. And the Grizzlies are going to start in Stallions territory. What a weapon. What a weapon Ike Larson is. Just a junior. He leapt over a guy, and when he came up, he was right in the face of one of the Stallions, and the Stallions player just shoved him right back down, and the official was standing right there.
15-yard penalty. First down.
Second penalty of the night on Stansberry. And Logan, whose offense has been working. 136 yards passing. 149 yards total in the first quarter. They're going up top. They're going for Sargent. Sargent ran inside. Wilson threw it outside.
Incomplete pass.
And Sargent was open inside.
Second down, Grizzlies.
So a little miscommunication there. Second and 10. Stansberry 42. Thornley's in there. He gets the give. He's down to the 39. Pickup of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Brought down by number 77. Gain of 3 on the close. Third down, Grizzlies.
Thornley playing a little bit dinged up. And frankly, from what I heard about him, about the injury, I was a little bit surprised to see him tonight. From what I had heard, they were going to see if he could go. Here comes the linebacker blitz. They pick it up. They're going for the big ball again, and this one falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7, and Logan probably will be going for it here.
4th down, Grizzlies.
Wilson started 5 of 6. He's 2 of his last 6. He still has 136 yards and a touchdown with 1:05 to play in the quarter. Sowers wide to the right and Sargent to this side. Andrew Thompson, Shotbell, and Thornley all spread out as well. Good protection up front. Wilson has Shotbell and he drops it. He would have had the first down and hit him right in the numbers. And Shotbell having a little trouble hauling it in tonight. And the Grizzlies turn it over on downs. That would have been a first down. So now the Grizzlies defense tasked with getting the ball back. Shotbell didn't haul that one in. We called his number a lot last year as a linebacker. That kid will hit you. Didrikson swings out wide, and they go the other way. And this one incomplete. Paitia can't come up with it. Huxford with the incompletion. A long first quarter as there have been 3 scores to stop the clock and a lot of passing. Huxford goes wide again. This time he goes to Harris. Harris turns the corner. Steps back inside on his feet inside Logan territory. 22 yards.
Pass complete to number 5, brought down by Tyson Sauer. First down.
Who did I say that was? That was Gabe Harris. This one falls harmlessly to the turf. And it's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete pass. Quarterback pressured by number 37, Andrew Thompson.
Huxford's only missed twice. He's 4 of 6 for 35 yards. Here's the give to Didrikson. Didrikson, big back, hits the edge down near the first down marker. Big chunk on that run. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Number 2.
Picked up 9.
Brought down by Niall Munson. 3rd down start.
Didrikson right up the middle, puts his head down.
Number 2 up the middle.
He's down to the 25-yard line, 4 yards on 3rd down.
Darren Johnson on the tackle that time. First down start.
5 carries, 31 yards for Didrikson. Didrikson, a 6'1" senior, and that's the end of the first quarter. 14-7 our score here at Logan. Stansberry with the lead.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low, and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
Well, almost 300 yards combined offense in that first quarter, but it was a defensive play that's been the difference. The pick 6 by Stansberry, by Gabe Harris, and it's 14-7. Stallions, and they're on the Logan 25-yard line looking to add to their lead. Huxford's going to keep it. He's got a big hole off tackle. It's coming back. There's a flag back at the 22. He ends up down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. But he got the edge because of a hold. Stansberry with their 3rd penalty of the night. 40 yards on 3 penalties. Skyview jumped out to a lead on Stansberry, then they kind of got their bearings a little bit, ended up tying the game, and Skyview won it with a late touchdown. And Stansberry's looked pretty solid offensively here in this one. Here's Diedrichsen. Picks up the penalty yardage, almost. He picked up about 8.
Second down, Stansberry.
They throw the little inside screen. And Wahongi down to the 15-yard line, and that's going to be right at the marker. That's going to be a first down, 12 yards on 2nd and 15.
First down, Stansberry.
Huxford hands it to Diedrichsen. Diedrichsen still churning. And the ball's out. It's Larson that's got it. He's heading the other way. High stepping it in for a 92-yard fumble return for a touchdown. It's a sideline warning flag that's down, but the touchdown will count. So there was a big pile, and all of a sudden Larson comes out of there with the ball, heading the other way. 92 yards and a score.
Touchdown Grizzlies. Isaac Larson with the strip on the run all the way back for 6 points.
Wow. I think it was Diedrichsen that chased him all the way to the end zone. Made a dive at him inside the 5. Larson picked up his heels and high steps it in. So for all of the offense we've had 2 defensive scores. Moreno's extra point is good. We're tied at 14 with 10:56 to play in the first half at Logan.
Hi Cash Valley, this is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Ike Larson has made some pretty athletic plays here in this game so far tonight. A 92-yard fumble return for a touchdown. He had a big catch earlier on a possession of 42 yards. Everybody up here didn't think his knee was down and thought he scored, but the official was only about 20 yards away and said his knee hit. This one's going to be fielded at the 3. Out to about the 20, and that's where Stansberry will take over in a tied game. But Larson, again, he plays corner offensively. They want to mix him in a little bit more, or plays corner defensively. They want to mix him in a little bit more offensively. He does have an offer from Utah State. The kid is a playmaker. And the offer is to play defensive back. He's just a junior. Five interceptions last year as a sophomore. Here's the give right up the gut. And they go to Christofferson, who picks up 4. So Logan had a good drive going. Then they threw an interception, was returned for a touchdown. Stansberry returns the favor. 2 defensive scores. Huxford in trouble. Across the middle's got a man wide open. Harris. Larson's there to haul him down, but not until Harris picks up big yards. He's got 19. Huxford's going to keep. Huxford picking his hole and sticking his head down and picking up 4.
Run up the middle. Short gain on the play. Lyle Munson on the tackle. Second down, Stallions.
Huxford with 4 wide receivers. Logan's offsides. I think one of the linemen moved. Well, actually, Stansberry's line kind of comes up and they kind of go halfway down, and then they finish their stance, and on that finish, Logan hopped, and I don't think the defensive lineman ever got back. So, second penalty of the night on the Grizzlies. Stansberry putting together another little offensive drive here, as they're in Logan territory after the penalty at the 49. Logan bringing heat off the edge. Stansberry gets it outside.
Pass complete to number 41.
4 yards to the edge.
Brought down by Christopher Shotwell. First down, Stallions.
Shotwell was there to make the tackle. It was Clark. Getting around the edge is Christofferson. Christofferson's got 11 yards. Four carries, 52 yards for Christofferson. They're kind of picking on that right side of the Grizzlies defense. They're going to go back toward the middle now, and Huxford misses.
Incomplete pass intended for number 5. Second down and 10.
Harris can't quite come up with it. Huxford with only his 3rd incomplete pass. Second and 10. Huxford rolls near side. Gonna run back the other way. Uses the official as a blocker. Has the first down. He's down to the 20-yard line. 13 yards and a first down for Stansberry.
Brought down by Jalen Sargent. First down, Stansberry.
So Stansberry on the move at the 20-yard line of Logan. Christofferson bounces outside. Christofferson has 55 yards rushing. Didrikson has 39 yards rushing.
Second down,
And a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. Logan, I would like to thank the
Logan
sponsors, Lewiston State Bank, Rockslide
needs to regroup defensively.
And Cache Valley Electric. Thank you for your support.
Stansberry's kind of doing whatever they want right now. Last time Stansberry had the ball down here, they turned it over. Hadfield's going to come into the game, replacing Quincy Wildman. Wildman's pretty good size, but Hadfield's bigger. I think they're going to try to beef it up front just a little bit more. Or the Grizzlies. Now the field's getting shorter. Hadfield will play a defensive tackle spot. Here's the give on the fly sweep. Harris turns the corner. Harris running hard inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. 13 yards, first and goal.
Brought down at the 3-yard line. First down, Stansberry. That tackle was made by 66, Tennyson Hadfield.
Harris has 44 yards receiving, then a 13-yard run. He intercepted the pass, was returned for a touchdown. As they hand to Christofferson. Christofferson stopped for a gain of a yard.
Second down, Stansberry.
Huxford has Christofferson in the backfield with him again as they stay spread out. Christofferson in trouble in the backfield. Stays on his feet down to the 1. Third and goal.
Tackle made by Niall Munson and Tyson Sauer. Got just short of the goal line. Third down, Stansberry.
Huxford is going to keep, got a hole in the end zone. Touchdown.
Quarterback keeper, touchdown, Stallions.
So they convert on 3rd and goal. makes him 3 for 5 for the night on third down here in this first half. With 7:48 to play in the first half, Stansberry retakes the lead. Fryer on for the kick. Boy, Larson's coming off that edge. He can't quite get there. 21-14 to score. Stansberry back out front.
At Ultra, we don't believe in limits, or telling runners they can't, or it's not possible. That's why we dared to make shoes with a foot-shaped toe box, and gave runners zero-drop technology so that runners could say goodbye to limits too. Ultra invites you to experience the difference everyone's talking about with zero risk. Love your run or send them back within 30 days, no questions asked. Get your pair today at ultrarunning.com. Ultra, zero limits.
21-14 as Stansberry regains the lead. Eric Olson along with you tonight on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel with 7:48 to play in the first half. And a pretty good one here at Logan High School on a beautiful late August night.
Jalen Sargent and Jalen Hunt back to the Grizzlies.
Larson's not out there to return this kick. Sargent's out there. He's coming near side. And breaking tackles, heading for the sideline, getting hauled out of bounds is Jalen Hoth, the sophomore. And Hoth with a pretty good return up near the 30-yard line.
With the undaunting run back up to the
He's up to the 29.
First down Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies will start there, now trailing 21-14. Sargent's going to come off the field. You know, one guy that they were hoping to maybe start using a little bit offensively was Isaac Hopkins. And he's suffered a injury setback this week. Here's Wilson. A quick hitter to the outside for about 7 yards.
Pass complete to Cooper Pond. Brought down by number 4. Gaining 6 on the play. Second down and Grizzlies.
That's Pond. Ends up with 7 yards. Eight of 14, 142 yards and a touchdown and an interception for Wilson. Wilson throws the out pattern and Thornley making his break, and the ball was already on his way, and it goes incomplete. 3rd and 3. Logan only 1 of 5 on third downs. They've converted twice on 4th down. Sargent in there now. He's split to your bottom of your screen. Devin Olson's just inside of him. Thornley in the backfield with Wilson. They're going to give to Thornley. Thornley's got a big hole. Thornley on his feet inside Stallions territory. 28 yards. On third down. Thornley with his best run of the night. And really they need that. They need to be able to run the ball a little. 44 yards on the ground for the Grizzlies here in the first half. They blow this play dead, and somebody moved early. So the Grizzlies with their 3rd penalty of the night. They came out and had just flipped the formation. And Coach Bowen's questioning that one as well. He didn't like that flag either. He's had a few words tonight for the officiating crew about a couple of different things. Not overly demonstrative, but making his thoughts clear. 1st and 5. Or excuse me, 1st and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Sargent to the near side. Trujillo in the slot near side. 2 receivers to the far side, and they start early again. All the receivers went. All the skill players went, and the ball didn't get snapped. So now it's 1st and 20. Stansbury 8-man drop with a 3-man rush. They lay it out there for Sauer, and it's incomplete, and there's a flag at the line of scrimmage. We're going to get another penalty on Logan. It's right in the middle of the field, right where you'd usually call a hold. Personal foul on Stansberry. Wow, I didn't see what happened there. So that bails the Grizzlies out. And that's from the spot, which is 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a 1st down, I think, by rule. Let's see. Yeah, it's 1st down, not by rule, but because of the play. Is it during the play or post play? If it's post play, I don't know. The officials are going to talk about this one. We've got Logan again next week. We've also got Skyview next week. Got a doubleheader for you. The Rocky Mountain kickoff going on up at Utah State. If you want something to do next Friday night, get up to the stadium and watch the doubleheader. Logan against Preston and Skyview against Shelley. Shelley traditionally has pretty good football team. These both ought to be decent games. Wilson, boy, he had Thornley, and he wound up and threw it just a little bit high and behind him. He puts that on the numbers, and Thornley's walking into the end zone. 2nd and 5. Logan trailing 21-14, 5:47 to play in the half. The ball on the Stansberry 30. Here comes the linebacker. Logan picks it up. Pass outside to Pond. He's got a 1st down.
Knocked down by number 23, 1st down Grizzlies.
So the Grizzlies were in trouble on 1st and 20. Stansberry bails them out with a personal foul penalty. That's the 3rd 15-yard variety penalty on Stansberry in this 1st half. Give to Thornley. A little bit of a seam up front, but it closes quickly. He picked up a yard, and that's it.
2nd down Grizzlies.
Martinez. Let's see, it's Kolb. There's a couple of 54s listed here. I think it was Kolb. Looking at the size of him, Kolb listed as 6'2". As he wanders off the field. A lot of double numbers on this Stansberry roster. They go to Sargent. Another one that's tapped up, and it looked like it was picked off again, but it hit the ground. Harris was going for his 2nd pick 6 of the night. And that was a little bit low, but are they going to call it a pick? They are. They're saying he came up with it. So that's a 2nd interception of the night that kills a drive for Logan. So they're saying that Harris caught it, but his knee touched the ground. And the Logan defense back out there. The offense comes up empty. But again, 2 interceptions off of bobbled passes. That one was in Sargent's hands. He pops it up in the air, and Harris comes up with it. It's the 2nd time tonight. Coach Alder's going to take a timeout for Stansberry. He didn't like what he sees. He's calling that offense over to the far sideline, and he's pretty animated about it. 4:51 to play in the first half. 21-14 Stansberry as they get the ball back after the turnover. So Ethan Wilson's thrown 2 interceptions. Both have come off of passes that probably should have been caught, and they get knocked up into the air by his own receivers. So they have plenty to talk about in the locker room at halftime. The receivers need to help the quarterback out, but Wilson's missed a couple of throws where he's had guys open and he's missed them. So they just need to get that passing game dialed in. There's yards to be had there. There's plays to be made. They just got to get it dialed in and make those plays. Press coverage on the edges for the Grizzlies. Huxford looking to throw. Down the middle is Harris. He's got a lot of running room. Shopbell catches up, as do a couple of other Grizzlies, but not until a lot of damage is done. 34 yards.
First and 10 from the 42.
78 yards on 4 catches for Harris. He's having himself a game. And there's a flag over on the sideline. Must have been a sideline warning. Nope, they're calling something against Logan. They jumped offside, so Logan with another penalty. The Grizzlies have been their own worst enemy late in this half. Didrikson looking for the edge. Larson slows him down long enough for Thompson to get there and finish him off as Davis helps out, but not until he picks up lots of yards.
Number 2 with the ball, Andrew Thompson on the tackle. Ethan Davis also on the
9 yards for Didrikson. And Stansberry offensively, they are gashing this Logan defense. Huxford out of the backfield, hits his man, and Larson puts him down.
Pass complete to number 23. Body slam by
5 yards as Paitia comes up with it.
On the play. Second down start.
Here's the give to Didrikson, and this time, nothing doing
Number 2 stuffed by
for the big running back.
No gain on the play.
Hadfield was there. It's 3rd down and 5. Christofferson, the running back now. They pull the guard and they follow in behind him. Huxford is going to be close to the marker. He's got a first down. The white hat comes from clear back in the backfield and says, move those chains. He needed 5, he got 6. They pulled the guard and opened a big old hole. It was like swinging a gate. Christofferson down to the 11. Pickup of 3.
Number 20 with the pitch. Brought down by Landon Covington.
61 yards for Christofferson. 109 yards rushing. Let's check that. 122 yards rushing total for Stansberry in the first half. A flag comes in as Christofferson gets down to the 8.
Number 72 on the tackle.
Holding on Stansberry.
Flag on the play.
5th penalty on the Stallions.
Holding on Stansberry.
Yeah, Logan will back him up. Logan took a 7-0 lead, but they've been playing from behind since. Stansberry tied it at 7. Logan looked like they were going to go ahead and score, and Stansberry with the turnover. Return for a touchdown, made it 14-7. The Grizzlies get a return of their own to make it 14-all. And here's a PI call. Hadfield comes up with the pick, but they're going to call interference on Logan. Huxford was rolling to his right, threw back to the left. The defender made a play on the ball, and he ran into the receiver before the ball got there. And I think this is going to be interference on Logan. And instead of Logan 1st and 10, it's going to be Stansberry. Interference on the Grizzlies. That's a pretty easy call. That'll take it down to about the 6. That's no longer an automatic first down, so it's going to be 2nd and short. Oh no, it's only going to go down to the 11. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and about 7. It's half the distance down in there. It's no longer an automatic first down. It hasn't been for a couple of years. Didrikson's got a little bit of a hole that closes in a hurry as he picks up yardage down to the 7. Third down for Stansberry. They're 4 of 6 on third downs. Logan bringing the house. They pitch it to try to get outside. Great blocking on the edge by Stansberry. Didrikson stands up and gets into the end zone. Good individual effort. Great blocking on the edge. Touchdown. Stansberry, 7 yards. So the turnover costs Logan again. As Stansberry turns the interception into a touchdown, and they take a 2-score lead with 1:57 to play before the intermission. Kicks up, kicks good. 28-14, 1:57 to go in the half. Stansberry.
It's time for Wendy's Bacon Fest. Bacon. That's right. The place that brought you the Baconator and sells more bacon cheeseburgers than anyone is making all your Applewood smoked dreams come true. Like the all-new Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger. Or the Bacon Double Stack in the $5 Biggie Bag. If you're this crazy for bacon,
make mine a double.
We got you with the Bacon Jalapeno Cheeseburger or the Bacon Double Stack Biggie Bag. Get yours now at Wendy's Bacon Fest.
Stansberry takes a 2-score lead with under 2 minutes to go in the half. The Grizzlies with a couple of turnovers that have led to 14 Stallions points. Stansberry's turned it over once themselves. It led to a Grizzly touchdown. So 21 points off turnovers between these two teams. And Stansberry in a groove offensively. The Grizzlies they've been fine offensively as well, but they got to quit turning it over. Hoff with the return as they keep it away from Larson. And Hoff out to about the 23, 22-yard line. And Wilson brings the offense back out onto the field. You've watched this Grizzly offense here in this first half. They've had some big plays that have been right there, and they've just the timing's just been off. If they can get that dialed in. And that time, that's what I'm talking about right there. Thornley over the middle. Wilson puts it right on the money, and Thornley drops it. He lets it get to his pads. And I don't care how good a player you are, you see this happen occasionally in the pros. You're running before they catch it. He let it get to his pads, kind of turns his head, didn't secure it. And instead of 1st and 10 and off we go, it's 2nd and 10 now with a stopped clock. And those are the kind of things that have plagued the Grizzlies here in this first half. Wilson with some late pressure coming, gets it out to the edge. The catch is made by Pond. Boy, he gave up his body for that one. 3 yards and a third down. Two of 7 on third downs. With 1:19 to play in the half, there's a timeout on the field. Stansberry's going to take it. They want to get Logan off field, get the ball back, and why not? Their offense has got it going on. They've scored 14 points in the first quarter, 14 here in the second. And Logan defensively hasn't shown any sign of stopping them here in this second quarter. Some plays made defensively by Logan in that first quarter and early in the second, but as the second quarter's worn on, Stansberry offensively has gotten themselves into a nice little rhythm. Larson, the receiver, to the near side. See if they go up top to him. Sargent to the far side. He's been quiet since the first quarter. And one high safety for Stansberry. He's got to pick a side. They're going across the middle. This one tipped up. Nearly picked again.
Incomplete pass intended for Cade Finley.
That time it wasn't picked. It wasn't tipped up by a receiver. It was a defender that got his hand on that. Now it's 4th and long. Logan's going to have to punt with 1:14 on the clock. Stansberry will get it back with a couple of timeouts. No, they've used their last timeout. The timeouts are on Logan's side. Christofferson back to receive. I can't imagine Logan would try any trickery this deep in their own end zone. With a little bit of pressure and a short, wobbly kick. Takes a good Logan bounce. And the clock runs down to 1:01, and it's down at the 33. And Stansberry will take over, leading 28-14, and Stansberry gets the ball to start the second half. It was 14-7 at the end of one. It's 28-14. 61 ticks away from halftime. Nunley and Harris to the far side, and 2 receivers to the near side. Christofferson's in the backfield. Huxford with a lot of time. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's run out of bounds by Tyson Sauer. 53 seconds on the clock. 4 yards for Huxford. Huxford's going to keep again, and this time a yard.
Quarterback keeping brought down by Tyson Sauer and Andrew Thompson. 3rd down and 5 for the Stallions.
3rd and 5, clock runs with 35 seconds to play here in this first half. Stansberry 28-14. And they're going to let the clock run down before they snap it. They've got no timeouts. Now they give to Christofferson, looking for an opening. Spins out of a tackle, has the first down. And they stop the clock off the first down with 3 seconds to play. 10 yards.
First down, Stansberry.
And now the clock starts, and that's it. 28-14, Stansberry takes the lead into the locker room at Logan. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
My older brother thought he could do a 360. Yeah, he got maybe a 60 before his face went. We went to the emergency room and Dad told us to behave because we probably would have to wait a long time. But they brought us right back here and the doctor used x-ray vision to see what the big dummy broke.
ER specialists at every one of our 8-star hospitals are dedicated to seeing you fast. Mountain Star Hospitals. Look for the star.
Gonna post this on Instagram.
we starting to lose our hearing? Is it genetic? Is it environmental? What's happening to us?
There's many things. Genetics can take a part of it. Certain medications, ototoxic drugs, but most of it's just life, living in general. We go to a concert here, we go to a motorcycle rally, we ride a motorcycle, we're exposed to all these loud sounds, loud music, but it all takes a little bit of hearing, a little bit here, a little bit there. We don't notice it. It's so slowly happening and it's painless, and over time just that little bit compounds, and pretty soon we have a significant hearing loss that's affecting our ability to communicate with our loved ones.
If you are experiencing any kind of problem, be you my age or be you younger, why don't you give Dr. Daines a call here at Cache Valley Hearing? Tell us where we are, Dr. Daines, and how they can get hold of you.
We're at 485 North Main Street in Logan, and you can just give us a call at 435-753-4327. We're at 753-HEAR here.
Okay, well that's a good, that's very apt. Yeah, I should say so. Any kind of hearing loss, and literally, please don't let this feeling of embarrassment or it not being manly or cool, that's a bit dim. You shouldn't be embarrassed about something that is a natural aging process.
It's actually more noticeable when you don't hear and have to have people repeat themselves.
That's true. And extremely irritating for those around you that are having to repeat it time and time again. Thanks so much, Dr. Daines. And seriously, guys, give Dr. Daines a call. Your hearing problems will be solved. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
So I've always loved sports, and I've always participated in sports, and I've always played, and I think the best part about this job is being able to watch these athletes play, and it's part of my job just to sit there and watch these athletes succeed and play these wonderful sports. I always knew I wanted to work in medicine, and after playing many sports in high school and getting many injuries and having to come back from those injuries, I knew that I wanted to provide that same coverage and provide that same care to other student athletes, because sports is a key part of growing up. So I teach one class, and it's my exercise science sports medicine class, and it also gives the students some college credit, but mostly it gives me another setting to be with my athletes, and I can really get to know them off the field, and I can get to know their personalities. That way when an injury does happen on the field, that I can better take care of them because they know me and they recognize me. You keep people on the court and you keep them on the field, and they're always playing, and I always wanted to be a part of that. I always wanted to be part of the team, and I always wanted to just participate and make sure that everybody who is healthy can stay out there playing a lot longer. So you never want to see anybody actually get hurt, but when it does happen, it's always good to be there, because then we can evaluate to see if it's actually going to be a game changer for them. And most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's just an injury, and then we can actually get them back into play a lot quicker had they just gotten hurt and sat out. And that's what's most important about having us athletic trainers there, is that we can really work on these injuries and get them out a lot faster had they just sat out. Cache Valley Hospital is a great company to work for. They provide so much support for their athletic trainers that it just makes working with these athletes such a breeze. If we ever have any questions, concerns about a certain athlete, we can just call on our support, and the hospital is very, very generous to us here at the school, and it's just a great company, and they help the community, and they care about these athletes as much as we do, and they don't see them every day, but they still care about them, and that makes it such a different dynamic to work with. My job is to prevent injuries from happening, but to also get the athletes back out on the field as quickly as possible after one happens, and that's what Cache Valley Hospital is all about.
I love the mountains and the rugged trails. It's kind of what's in my heart. I run year-round, but I grew up mountain running with my dad. That's really where I have my foundation.
When she was 5, we took a hike, and Soleil ran up that mountain. You could tell it was part of her soul.
The main thing with mountain running is just being able to cope with the extreme physical toll it takes on your body. We get a lot of snow here in Telluride, and there's rocks and boulders that you have to jump over. You've got that 2 to 3 hour ascent. Your body's just kind of telling you no, and it's 100% mental, just being able to say yes, 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 I can. You can keep getting faster, and you can keep exploring new trails. You can always achieve something more. You can always achieve a higher goal.
In her elementary years, Soleil said, "Mom, I know why I was born. I need to make a change in the world and help planet Earth."
But when I was young, I was diagnosed with selective mutism, so I was extremely shy. Like, I couldn't have a conversation. I realized that being able to communicate is so vital to bringing change to your community. It took many years of practice and just telling myself, hey, I can do this. Now I produce a radio show, and I started our school greenhouse. Has any of you guys ever been to the Grow Down before? It's really rewarding, just showing the younger generations, hey, this is what you can do just to better yourself in the community.
She's modeling behaviors that give kids the understanding that they themselves can achieve great things. That's a gift to a community.
Things that I see are a problem, I go after them and tackle them and stand up for the things that I believe in. Making it to the top of a peak is absolutely thrilling. You put in all this work, you go through pain, but you see that view and you can look back and savor that moment of accomplishment.
Make a wish, put this cake in your face. I know you wanna bite this. I'ma make you my bitch. Back again. Back to them. I need the packs on my back to them. Yup, the queen's back. What's happening? Rewind, about to make it rap again. And it's not even my birthday. Only you can watch me on your video.
Can you make it dead? Just give me the line.
I'm always in the top, but gang got the hammer and the ring. Hey yo, I been on, you been on. Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. He keep on down Nikki like the prints on. Not everybody like she really is the best. Oh, I get it. They painted me out to be the bad guy. Put it in my bun just to pop.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Logan High Highlights.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experienced dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Back at Logan High School, Eric Olson along with you on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel tonight. 28-14, Stansberry leads as we get ready to start the third quarter. In that first half, Stansberry 173 yards on the ground, 109 through the air for 282 yards. They turned the ball over once that led to 7 points for Logan. Logan with 45 yards on the ground, 151 through the air, 196 total. 2 turnovers that led to 14 Stansberry points. This one's going to go back to about the 4, and it's fumbled forward and picked up by Stansberry. And the Stallions will start at the 7-yard line. At the 7. It was number 7 that fumbled it. It was the 20-yard line that the ball gets out to. Box Elder leads Bear River 34-21 at the half. Green Canyon leads Bonneville 17-0 at the half. Ridgeline, after scoring 58 last week, leads Cypress 7-6 at the half. As Huxford throws it to Wahongi, and Wahongi out for a first down and about 13 yards.
Number 32 at the ball, that's Lawson Wilhungi.
25 yards on 2 catches for Wahongi. Skyview leads Skyridge at the half 3-0, and Wasatch leading Mountain Crest 7-0 at the half. Here's Didrikson, who had a big first half, spun down for a 1-yard loss. Didrikson with 59 yards and a touchdown in the first half on 10 carries. Huxford had 30 yards on 9 carries. Christofferson had 71 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries. Huxford also ran for a touchdown. There's the pitch to the outside for Christofferson. Logan defensively gets there, but not until a pickup of 13.
Knocked out of bounds by Tyson Sauer.
Side to side, Stansberry's just beating Logan to the edge. They're getting good blocking out on the edges, too, to get out there. Here's Wahongi picking up 4.
Lawson Wilhungi brought down by Andrew Thompson.
Harris and Tia switch sides. Actually, Tia stops in the backfield as a halfback. Here's the give to Christofferson. Christofferson on 2nd down and 6 picks up 5. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Tony Christofferson with the carry.
Stansberry offensively didn't get out to a great start, but they have been almost flawless since. They've had 1 turnover, and just as I say that, they throw an incompletion on 3rd down. But I would imagine they'll go for it on 4th and 1 on the Logan side of the field. They've just had a lot of rhythm. They were kind of, I mean, they scored to tie it at 7-7. But they've just looked in sync and in rhythm until now. And Logan brings the house, and the house crashes down in the backfield. And Christofferson loses yardage on 4th down, and the Grizzly defense makes the play.
Grizzlies would like to thank Lewis and St. Bank.
Christofferson with his first negative carry of the night. It was a big play for the Logan defense. Logan needed that, because offensively, Stansberry in that second quarter especially just did whatever they wanted. And now Logan offensively, if you didn't see the first half, they left some big plays out on the field. They turned it over twice off of bobbled passes that got batted up in the air. And Wilson unloads. The lefty finds Thornley, and it's knocked down. Harris gets a hand in there and knocks it down. That's the kind of play I'm talking about, though. That was a good defensive play, but in the first half, what happens on that play is either Wilson puts it there and then the ball is dropped, or Wilson has a guy with a step and throws it just a little behind him. So the offense just not quite in sync late in that first half. They looked good to start the game, but then just kind of got out of their flow. 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz up the middle. The snap low. Wilson can't control it. And Shopbell falls on it to recover. And it's 3rd and long. 2 of 7 on 3rd downs for the Grizzlies. And it's just odd that the Grizzlies started. Their first drive was a thing of beauty. A couple of 4th down conversions. And then it's just kind of gummed up since then. Everybody coming. There's got to be a play on the field if they can get it downfield, which Wilson does. Here's a flag. They were riding Larson out of bounds, and I think they're going to call him for that bump downfield. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. Boy, it might be short. That's a 15-yard penalty. It might be short. It's not an automatic 1st down anymore because it's 3rd and 16. So it may be 3rd and 1. Stansbury was bringing everybody. Wilson was on the move. Couldn't really stop and look for anything. And I think Larson was his number 1 target anyway. I think it's going to be 3rd and 1 because it was 3rd and 16. It's no longer, this penalty, the last 3 years, it's no longer been an automatic 1st down. But now it's in Stansberry's side of the field. Here comes the blitz. They run right past Thornley, and he picks up 3 yards, and it's a 1st down. Thornley, 7 carries, 41 yards. He's been quiet this game, but you look down and that's averaging almost 6 yards a carry. He's only had 7 carries. He's playing a little bit nicked up. 3 receivers to the near side. Thornley's in the flat. He's going to block for Wilson, who pulls it in and runs it down to the 40, a pickup of a yard.
Ethan Wilson with the quarterback keeper, short gain on the play. 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9 for the Grizz. Larson's out there in a receiver spot on the near side. Sargent, who's been quiet since the 1st quarter, is on the far side along with Cooper Pond and Shopbell. They're going up top to Larson. Larson runs under it, catches it, walks into the end zone. Shut up. That kid is crazy skilled. Wilson with a nice toss. Larson, despite some jostling, able to find it, locate it, come down with it, and he walks in for the score. Kicks up and good. It's 28-21. New ball game here in Logan with 8:25 to play in the 3rd.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word Red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Danes to anybody, everybody.
Well, at Logan, they like Ike. Isaac Larson is a weapon. He had a 92-yard fumble recovery return for a touchdown. He's had a couple of nice kick returns and just hauled in a 40-yard grab for a touchdown. The thing is, Stansberry knew they were going his way, and they still couldn't do anything about it. Big hit, shy of the 25-yard line. I think it was shot bell. Let's see who that was. Yeah, that was Devin Olson. See a hit like that, you think it's Chris Shotbell, but that time it was Devin Olson making the stop at the 24. Stansberry still leading 28-21. Logan with a little more pep in their step now after the fourth down stop that they turned into a score at the other end. Here's the give to Christopherson, big hole, making people miss. Larson runs him down, but not until he's deep into Logan territory. 36 yards. 124 yards for Christopherson on 13 carries. He's averaging almost 10 yards per carry. G&T pull, and they run away from it. Ball's free. Logan looks like they have it. Let's see. Grizzly football. Christopherson picked up 5, and then he was separated from the football on the hit. Logan comes up with it. 1st and 10 Grizzlies at their own 36-yard line, trailing 28-21, just under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Second turnover of the night for Stansberry, and we're even on that score. Wilson throwing a little out. Another pass that's tipped up, intercepted, and run back for a score. Right through Pond's hands, up into the air. Easy pickings for Stansberry, a 36-yard touchdown reception, or interception, 2 pick sixes for Stansberry, 3 interceptions off of Logan bobbled passes. And Grizzly receivers are going to be sleeping with the football this week. A couple of Grizzlies come on late. They're offsides. The ball snapped before they could get back on. So back-to-back turnovers. One by Stansberry, one by Logan. And instead of Logan with the ball and a chance to tie it up, now they're down 2 scores. After the second pick six of the night, the second pick six that goes through a receiver's hands or off of a receiver up into the air, and then it's taken back the other way by a defender, just playing the tip drill. The defenders are playing back and off. They weren't up and pressing that time. It just went right through Pond's hands. He tips it way up in the air, and that's easy. So off the penalty, they reset. And now Stansberry's going to go for 2. Ball's free. So the point after try, no good. And we go to a break. 7:44 to play in the third. 34-21 Stansberry.
My grandpa went to the Star Hospital to get his back fixed. The doctor used a robot to make a mini invasion. That's pretty cool. When Grandpa had his old back, he just laid on the couch and watched the news. But now we do cool stuff like fishing and hiking.
We provide comprehensive spine care and minimally invasive orthopedic procedures at 8 Star hospitals all along the Wasatch Front. Look for the Star.
Wonder where they keep all the robots.
Stansberry with a 34-21 lead. They've had 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns. Both interceptions bounced off the receiver's hands and into a defender's hands and were returned for scores. A third interception bounced off a receiver and was picked off, and that one would have been returned for 6, but the defender had to get down on the ground to go get it. Here's Larson. No, that was Sargent kicking it back to Larson, and they end up losing yards. Well, the Grizzlies out on the 12-yard line now, trailing by 13. After the offside penalty against the Grizzlies, Stansberry decided to go for 2 because instead of at the 3, they're at the 1.5, but then they fumbled the ball. A little bit of comedy of errors at certain junctures in this game so far. It's not a comedy for either one of these offenses, that's for sure. Wilson, flanked by 2 backs. He's going to hand up inside to Thornley. Thornley making guys miss, cutting back inside.
Okay, Thornley with the Diggins out, up past the 15-yard line. Brought down by Thomas.
Picking up 5.
Second down and 5.
Thornley with only 8 carries, 46 yards. That's about 6 yards a carry, though, almost. $50 yards on the ground for Logan. They give to Thornley, trying to get him to the edge. Cuts up inside, finds an opening. Still on his feet. Has a first down. Thornley with 8.
First down, Grizzlies.
And the Grizzlies with a new set of downs at the 25-yard line. 34-21 with 6.5 to play in this third quarter here at Logan. Both these teams trying to avoid starting the season 0-2. Wilson lays it up there for Larson. Larson had cut it inside, and Wilson threw it outside.
Incomplete pass. Intended for Isaac Larson. Second down.
2nd and 10. And that safety is watching which side Larson is on. I think I'd send Sargent deep on the other side. That safety's got to pick one side to go to. Shotbell and Pond, the inside receivers. Sargent and Larson on the outside. Now they're going to go to Sargent, and they overthrow. Intercepted. 4th interception of the night for Stansberry. Larson looked like Sargent looked like he broke that pattern inside. And Wilson threw it deep into the outside, and he throws his 4th pick of the night. And that one is not one where you can say, well, the receiver needs to catch the ball. Well, that Logan defense back out on the field. Everything was going Logan's way a few minutes ago, and now Stansberry trying to break this thing wide open. Oxford picks up 5.
Oxford with the kicker.
Logan was down by 14 to start this second half. They had cut it down to 7, had the ball, and are on the move again. And then the turnover for the touchdown. And Stansberry with the forces the other turnover and gets it back. Let's see if Logan can answer. On 3rd and short, not much there for Stansberry. It's going to be 4th and 3. As Didrikson is short. And they keep the offense out there. If you're Logan, you don't want to jump off sides. Now Huxford's going to run to the sideline, and Stansberry's going to call a timeout. It's funny how fast a game can turn. And turnovers, they'll kill you. Logan with 4 interceptions on the night. They've led to 21 points. The 4th one was just a moment ago, and this drive may not be done for Stansberry. It's 4th and 3 at the Logan 42-yard line. But Logan had come out and cut the lead to 7. Then they forced a turnover, but then they turned it right back over themselves. And pass was intercepted and returned for a touchdown. And now it looks like they've stopped Stansberry. Stansberry's faked it once tonight. They don't do it this time. Bobbled snap and a short kick. And they kick it right to who they didn't want to. It goes to Larson, but I don't think he knew there was a player right behind him. And he's tackled after a short game. Wahongi may have averted disaster for Stansberry. It's the last guy you want to punt it to short. I don't think anybody knew where it was for Stansberry. If Wahongi doesn't make that play, Larson didn't have many guys to beat. As it is, Logan starts on their own 35, trailing by 13, with 4:41 to play in the 3rd. Wilson's going to keep. He's got a nice seam. He's down. They're out across the 40, right at the 40 is where I say he went down, 5 yards. It's only his first run of the night, or excuse me, 4th run of the night. 1, 4. Those numbers are very, very similar. Wilson's going to keep again. He's spun down, but not until he picks up 7. That's interesting if you're the offensive coordinator, you know, you're Coach Bowen. What do you do now with your quarterback that's thrown 4 interceptions? You know, a couple of them may not have been all his fault, but he's thrown 4 picks. He's a young kid. Well, he's a senior, but he's still a kid. You know, what's his psyche like? And now he's running the last couple of plays. This time they give off to Thornley, who picks up 3. That's Thornley's 10th carry, 57 yards, so pretty good average for Thornley. And Logan's not out of this. They're at midfield, trailing by 13. They just need to quit shooting themselves in the foot. And Stansberry has taken advantage of every break they've had. There's flags coming in late, and Logan points that gun at their toe and fires again. Another penalty for the Grizzlies. 7 penalties for Logan, 40 yards.
Skyview 3, Sky Ridge 2.
Got a baseball score for you, Skyview and Skyridge. Skyview leads 3-2 in the second half in that ball game. I kid you not. If you're watching us live, there's the update for you. Wilson in trouble, gets rid of it late, overthrows his receiver. I don't know why he didn't throw to Shopbell. He had Shopbell out in the flat. I don't know what he saw that he decided not to throw it. And then he narrowly escaped disaster, got rid of it. It goes incomplete. Larson's in, he's the receiver to the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they go after him. Last time out, they went to Sargent, but their safety read it, was over there. Wilson's going to tuck it. He's out near midfield. He picks up 4. It's going to be 4th down and 8. 3 of 9 on 3rd down for Logan. See if they keep the offense out there. Wilson has not been sacked tonight. And we got an official taking a look at one of the Stansberry players, and he sends him off. I don't know if he's got an equipment problem or blood on him or what. So they've done a pretty good job protecting Wilson. That time they brought some heat, and Wilson was on the move anyway. It was a designed rollout. 5-man rush. Wilson stands in. It's going to be short of the 1st down, and Wilson was hit late. There's a flag in the backfield. Wilson's still down. He was hit late. Personal foul, roughing the passer. It's going to be a 1st down regardless. Wilson's up now. And for Stansberry, that's one they'll look at tomorrow and pull their hair out. Because that was a good play by the defensive back out there to haul down the receiver short of the 1st down. That was 4th down, and instead it's going to be a 1st down. Well, I don't know. Let's see where they threw the flag. It's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, not from the spot, I don't think. Yeah, it's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage for that. So Stansberry with 7 penalties of their own. 30, 60, 95 yards worth of penalties for Stansberry. They've done a lot right tonight. That's one thing they haven't done so well. Big penalties. Logan's got 7 penalties as well, but 6 of them were 5-yarders. Well, 1st down for the Grizzlies. The drive stays alive. Wilson delivers a strike over the middle. Looked like he was a little bit behind his receiver and low. Sargent acts like he should have caught it. Sargent had a huge 1st quarter. 4 catches, 81 yards and a touchdown. And he's been shut out since. Larson's picked up the slack. 2 catches, 82 yards for him. A flag as the play starts. See if Stansberry was offsides. It's a pickup about 3 for Thornley. They didn't blow the play dead. Usually they'll blow it dead when it's offensive, but no, the official's saying a procedure penalty on the Grizzlies. Another penalty on Logan. It's the 15th accepted penalty of the night between the two teams. That backs Logan up to their own, to the Stansberry 42. 2nd down and 15. Four wide receivers and Thornley in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson laying it out there for Larson. Here's the flag. Larson slows down for the ball. It's kind of one of those comeback patterns where they leave it short, and Harris hadn't turned around and ran into Larson. Stansberry followers may not like that, but that's really what it is. They throw those fades all the time, and if you're the defensive back and that receiver stops and you keep running and bump into him, even if you get your feet tangled up, that flag is going to come all the time. It was good coverage out there by Harris, but he just tripped up Larson. Gabe Harris has played a good ball game, offensively and defensively. He's got 1 interception returned for a touchdown. He's got 2 picks total. Across the middle. Strike to Thornley. 16 yards, first down for the Grizzlies.
Tackle made by Gabriel Harris.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line. Well, the Grizzlies knocking at the door. Give it to Thornley. Thornley down to the 6. Second and 5. The Grizzlies can get a first down at the 1-yard line. Clock runs. 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. 34-21 Stansberry. Here comes everybody. Wilson holds it, and then it's knocked away as he tries to pull it from Thornley. It held it too long. Stansberry was bringing everybody, and that read just took too long. And Wilson tried to pull it, and the defense was already there. Logan lucky to get it back. 3rd and 12. That's the end of the third quarter. As we head to the fourth, Stansberry has a 34-21 lead over Logan.
Hey guys, if you've been thinking about a guitar or any other instrument in mind for you or somebody else, we have some great financing options from 6 to 12 months. Yamaha's doing a 12-month plan right now. Come in, get some time to pay it off, and have no interest for up to a year.
We head to the final 12 minutes, 34-21. Stansberry leads Logan, but the Grizzlies are at the Stansberry 13-yard line. It's 3rd down and 12. Logan, 3 of 9 on 3rd downs. Most likely 4-down territory here for the Grizzlies. This has been a long drive. They've chewed up a lot of time. They give it off to Thornley. And nothing. He goes back to the middle of the field. Let's see if Logan kicks a field goal. Logan trails this game by 13 points. There's still a quarter left to play, but if the Grizzlies, if this score holds and Stansberry wins, the Grizzlies are going to look at the film and just some of the plays they've left out on the field. There's plenty to build on. And Stansberry's Played a good ball game. They go to Sargent, up in the air he goes, and it's too tall for him. So they turn it over on downs. Sargent was there. Wilson put it out there for him. Sargent went up, got his fingertips on it, but he couldn't haul it in. So the Grizzlies, after that long drive, come up empty. 34-21, the score remains, and Stansberry back on the field. Logan won the third quarter, 7-6. Here's Christofferson looking for the edge. Christofferson picks up a block. He's across the 40-yard line and finally flung out of bounds. 27 yards for Christofferson. 156 yards rushing, 10.6 a carry for Christofferson. Huxford across the middle, has his man. 12 yards and a first down.
Pass complete to Jordan Snow. Brought down by Jalen Hall. First down Scouting.
And the Stallions on the move. Now they swing it this way. Harris with the 4-yard gain.
Pass complete to Gabriel Harris. Brought down by Jalen Hall. Second down Scouting.
So Logan comes up empty. And now Stansberry's trying to salt this thing away. A score here by the Stallions. Logan's in serious trouble. 6-yard gain for a first down. Huxford decides not to throw the little screen, keeps it, picks up a couple. Didn't like what he saw, just tucked and ran. Wasatch leads Mountain Crest in the fourth, 17-8. Skyridge now leading Skyview, 16-3. Look out, Christofferson! Touchdown Stallions. 35 yards and 6 more. A 191 yards and a couple of touchdowns rushing for Christofferson. And that might do it. As Logan now trailing by 19 with a PAT to come. Kicks up and good, 41-21. Stansberry widens the gap. Logan drives deep into Stansberry territory, turns it over on downs, and the Stallions ring up 7 more points. And Logan finds themselves now down 41-21. Green Canyon leads Bonneville 17-0 in the fourth quarter of that ball game. Box Elder leading Bear River 40-34 in the fourth. short kick with a flag coming in. Returned up to the 35-yard line.
First down, Grizzlies. Tackle made by Nathan Bushnell.
The Grizzlies are going to look at this film and going to need some Pepto-Bismol, Tums, Rolaids, whatever. And I think they're also going to see that, you know, there's some things to build on here. And very few returning offensive starters. That's a chop block on Logan. Is that the call? There's Alex Tew with the return. And it's going to back the Grizzlies up with the penalty. So the Grizzlies ratchet up the level of difficulty a little bit. Ridgeline leading Cypress in the fourth, 21-13. The Grizzlies with penalty number 10. Wilson unloads, has a man streaking. And the pass is in there, but it's not hauled in. Was that Sargent? I believe so. Sargent looked like he got his hand grabbed and yanked back before the ball got there, but no flag, and it was kind of a boom play anyway. And he comes up gimpy. He had a great first quarter, did Sargent. 4 catches, 81 yards, and a score. And since then, he's been shut out. Wilson, lots of time, over the middle, delivers into Stallions territory, goes Thornley. 33 yards, and their biggest play in a while. Thornley, 2 catches, 49 yards, 240 yards for Wilson on 14 of 29, a couple of touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Wilson throws the out. That's a long throw, and he didn't quite get it there. Wilson can make that throw, but he left that one just a little bit short. Second down and 10. That brings Wilson to 14 for 30. Now they're going to run their little screen to Larson. Larson's got blockers. Sheds one tackler. Inside the 30, hit from behind as he's slowed down. 22 yards. Let's see. 22, and Larson's slow to get up. 104 yards receiving for Larson. He had slowed down, tried to make a move, and then one of the Stallion defenders was pursuing from the backside and put his helmet right in Larson's side and drove him. So he may just had the wind knocked out of him, hopefully. 9:02 to play in the game. Logan trailing by 20. And they've got the ball 1st and 10 at the Stansberry 26-yard line. Next week, the Rocky Mountain kickoff, an event that's been going on. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th, maybe the 4th year. I think it's the 3rd year of the Rocky Mountain kickoff. It goes on up at Utah State. 2 Valley schools going against 2 other schools. Last year it was Mountain Crest Box Elder and Logan Ogden. And this year it's Utah versus Idaho. Logan will play Preston in the first game. The second game is Skyview and Shelley. Larson's up now. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. That guy put his helmet right in his side. right where there's no pads. First and 10 at the 26. Grizzlies trailing by 3 scores and the clock running with under 9 minutes to play. 3-man rush. Wilson a little bit high, and there's some early contact by Harris. A lot of 15-yard penalties on Stansberry tonight. That's their 3rd or 4th pass interference. He had an unsportsmanlike on a touchdown. And then we had a roughing the passer. Oh, they're going to pick up that flag. The ball doesn't have to be catchable in high school to get that flag. And if it's a bang-bang play and both of them are kind of going for it, maybe the officials talked about it and they pick it up. So it's 2nd down and 10. Wilson waits, delivers. This is Sargent. Sargent knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Now they're going to put him right at the 16. Let's see if that's enough for a 1st down. It is. So Sargent with his first catch since the 1st quarter. 91 yards on 5 grabs. Sowers on the near side. They haven't targeted him tonight. He hasn't made a catch. Here's Sargent racing for the pylon, and Harris makes the play. He gets over there late, but he gets there and swats that one away. 2nd down. .8:36 to play in this ball game. Stansberry leading 41-21. Logan looking for some points. Shotbell with the carry. Down to the 14. Pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. Logan 4 of 10 on 3rd downs. Thornley's wide. Shotbell's in the backfield. Pressure coming off the edge. Wilson hit as he throws. He's behind Thornley. 4th down. So Logan will go for it on 4th down. 2 for 3 on 4th downs tonight. It's 4th and 8 from the 14-yard line with 8 minutes to play. Logan down by 20. Stansberry wants a timeout. They've got Larson in there. It's a receiver on the near side. They had Sargent on the far side. They have Thornley kind of over in that halfback spot. It's 4th and 8 for the Grizzlies. Well, they've changed the playoff seedings this year. This year, everybody makes the playoffs. They've gone to the new RPI system. And there's 3 things that go into that RPI. 40% of your RPI scores is your own winning percentage. There's 25% of your opponent's, or excuse me, 20% is your opponent's winning percentage. And then there's the modified winning percentage. And there's all sorts of ways that you come up with those numbers. But basically, if you win, and then if the teams that you play, even if you lose, if you play teams that win a lot, that'll help your RPI. There's another timeout. Logan calls this one. But they're not, the first RPI rankings aren't even coming out until late in September. So I think the one thing that I hear from coaches that kind of causes a little bit of headache is the whole, well, where does winning your region fit in? You know, there ought to be a bump for winning your region. And if you have a couple of teams that finish tied for a region, but one of them plays a team that was maybe just that did a little bit better in the preseason, it's from another region, you know, and the other team played somebody that was supposed to be good but wasn't. Now they get a number 2 seed, even though, you know, they finish tied, or there's all sorts that goes into it. But basically, it's your own winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, and your opponent's winning percentage. And we'll talk about it more as the season goes on, but that's a new wrinkle this year, and they seed them according to RPI. Lots of time for Wilson across the middle, and he had a man on the post, and Larson couldn't find it. He had 2 posts crossing each other, and the underneath crossed in front of Larson, and I'm not sure who Wilson was going for. I wonder if that flash across Larson's face made it so he couldn't find the ball, and it was out of the reach of the guy running the underneath post, and Logan turns it over on downs. So there'll be plenty for Logan coaches to look at in film and to talk about. I think there's some building blocks here, and there's some stuff to work with. Mistakes really were the name of this game tonight. 3-yard loss for Christofferson. He's up to near 200 yards rushing as Christofferson. Even with that loss, he's at 188. Huxford taking his time now on 2nd down and 13. There's the give to Christofferson. He picks up a couple. Stansbury's 5 of 12 on 3rd down. And it's 3rd and 11 here. Logan's been bringing heat, trying to make something happen. 4 down lineman for the Grizz. A 4-2-5 look, isn't it? In motion, Christofferson out. Huxford's got a little bit of a gap, but it closes in a hurry as Shot Bell comes up along with a couple other Grizzlies to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. The Grizzly defense forces a punt. Larson will retreat back to around midfield. He had a 95-yard kick return for a touchdown last week. And they kick it away from him to the near sideline. It goes out of bounds. Boy, it hit right on the 46 and then kicks out of bounds. And the Grizzlies will start at the Stansberry 46, trailing 41-21. 5:55 remains here in this ball game. Wilson back to throw, over the middle. Thornley can't pull it in. Thornley slow to get up. Green Canyon now leads Bonneville late in that ball game 20-0. So it looks like Green Canyon on their way to another win. Wilson's got a lot of running room if he wants it. He takes it, tucks it in, scampers out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. Wilson with 8 carries, 22 yards. He has not been sacked tonight, even though he's put the ball in the air 35 times. Ridgeline leads Cypress 28-13 late in that ball game. Here's the give to Shotbell. Shotbell picking up yards.
Shotbell down to the 20-yard line. First down Grizzlies. Brought down by Mason Stewart.
18 yards for Shotbell. There's 5 minutes to play here at Logan. The Grizzlies got down close last time, then gave it up on downs. This one across the middle and falls incomplete. Didn't say really across the middle. He went more to the edge with it, but one guy's crossing underneath, another guy's running a clear out, and it kind of went in between them. Sky Ridge still leading Skyview 16-3 in the fourth quarter of that ball game. Wilson unloads again. This one to Larson. He made the catch. Did he get a foot down? Yeah, he did. 18 yards. 122 yards on 4 catches. For Larson. First and goal at the 5. Thornley. No, Wilson keeps it. He's in the end zone. That was Shotbell on the fake. Everybody thought he had it, and Wilson pulls it, runs it in from 5 yards out. .4:35 to play in the ball game. Logan closing the gap. 41-28. Stansberry still on top. Well, after the touchdown run by Wilson, it's 41-28. Back to a 13-point ball game. See if Logan goes onside with the kick here. Stansberry would like to string together a couple of first downs and put this game away. Hop on the bus and head back to Erda. The school itself is listed as in Erda, so it's just outside Stansberry. It's kind of on that southwest side of Stansberry, if you know where that is, out there on the other side of the mountain there, west of Salt Lake. Skyview's put a touchdown up against the Sky Ridge. It's 16-10 in that one. I mentioned that Wasatch leading Mountain Crest 17-8. Ridgeline 28-13 over Cypress. And Green Canyon has their game firmly in hand. Well, this one's free. And then it rolls out of bounds. No, let's see if Logan recovered for it. Went out of bounds. It looked like it stayed in bounds. Logan has it. So Logan comes up with it on the kind of must kick. Looked like it was Chris Dean that came up with it, number 27. That's who's getting beat upon like he's just cured all the diseases on the sideline. That might have been the kicker too, I don't know. Wilson going up top, looking for Sargent. Caught it! First and goal at the 1. Wilson keeps, he's in! Great grab by Sargent. Wilson keeps, runs it in. And we've got a whole new ball game here at Logan. There's 4:17 to play. The Grizzlies are down by a touchdown with an extra point to come. Kicks up, kicks good. Don't go anywhere. 41-35, a 6-point game in Logan.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
Well, Logan kicked kind of a mid-range little mush kick into the gap. And everybody ran down there for the Grizzlies, and they recovered it. It bounced perfectly for them, and they recovered it. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. It's a 6-point game. Now with 4:17 to play, they may just kick it away here, and they do. This one's going to make it to the end zone, and Stansberry will start at the 20-yard line. Now with a lot more pressure on him. Wow. A couple of minutes ago, the Grizzlies looked like they were dead in the water. They just turned it over on downs. Stansberry got it back. The Grizzly defense held. Stansberry couldn't pick up a first down. The Grizzlies move it, get in the end zone. Then they recover that kick. They're in the end zone again 2 plays later. And this is why high school football is a lot of fun. 41-35 Stansberry. Trying to put this one on ice. Logan selling out. Christopherson picks up 1. If Logan comes back and wins this ball game, it'll be just nuts. That's what it'll be. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Under 4 minutes. Huxford's in trouble. Unloads across his body. Hits Harris. Harris has been big plays all night, and this might be the biggest. Touchdown. 79 yards. No flags. 161 yards and a touchdown receiving for Harris. He's also got 2 interceptions, one he returned for a touchdown. And that one might have saved the game for Stansberry. His PAT hits the crossbar and is no good. 47-35, Stansberry, 3:32 to play in the game.
Hi Cache Valley, this is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this out and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the Gias in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Well, Logan had clawed and scratched their way back from a 20-point deficit to 6. They had Stansberry in a tough situation in a 2nd and long. And then Stansberry strikes for 79 yards and a touchdown. Huxford rolled out, looked like it was kind of a busted play. Looked like he might try to run, then backs up, keeps his eyes downfield and finds Gabe Harris. And Harris did the rest. Short kick. Larson picks it up. He's tripped up. He was kind of just jogging to the near side. It looked like he wanted to try to get the defensive flow all coming near side, and then he would go backside. But good lane integrity by Stansberry, and they haul him down at the 15. Huxford 223 yards passing. He's 14 of 18. 223 passing and a touchdown. Wilson's got 319 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns. He's run for 2 touchdowns as well. He's thrown 4 interceptions. He's got to take the bad with the good. Wilson waits, has a man come back to the ball, and Sargent drops it. Sargent came back. He worked his way back to his quarterback, helped him out. The ball was delivered on target. And you know, with receivers, sometimes he'll tell you, a receiving coach will tell you, don't fight the ball. And Sargent was fighting the ball. And the Logan receivers have fought the ball tonight. They've made some big catches, but they've dropped some, and they've batted some in the air that have been intercepted. Have really hurt the team. Here they go to Sargent. They're going to let him try to do something with his feet on that little screen to the outside. It's going to be 3rd and short as Sargent picks up 8. That's the 40th pass of the game for Wilson. Sargent has 128 yards and a touchdown on 7 receptions. 3rd and 2. Logan 5 of 11 on 3rd downs. Clock stopped with 3:09 to play. They look deep, instead go underneath to Thornley. Thornley gets to the 35 and steps out of bounds after a 12-yard gain. .61 yards on 3 catches for Thornley. .20 of 41 for Wilson, now 339 yards. Wilson runs out of trouble, passes, connects. He was awfully close to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think it was past it, but he was past it. 24 yards. And Wilson just spikes it. .363 yards now for Wilson. But the Grizzlies are running out of time. 2:44 to play, trailing 47-35. They're on the Stansberry 41. Logan with 2 timeouts left. 3-man, no 4-man rush. Wilson is going to have to keep it. He got right to the line of scrimmage. He wanted to uncork one, but there were 5 men in coverage deep for Stansberry. 3 yards for Wilson on the carry. And it's 3rd and 7. Wilson running out of time, escapes the pocket. He's got a first down. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He's got 8 yards and a new set of downs. Logan's moving the ball, but they trail by 2 scores. They got to get it in the end zone. And then get it back. Leave themselves enough time to do something with it. They're going to mix it up. They give it to Shopbell. Boy, one of the defensive linemen got a hold of Shopbell's hand or foot, or he may have had a big gain. He had just broken through, so good job by that D lineman. And after a 3-yard gain, Logan calls timeout.
Timeout on the field.
And for so many of these kids, like these seniors that are out here, they're on their 3rd coach in 3 years. So when we say that Logan, you know, they look maybe a little bit out of sync, you got to think about that for a minute. This is the 3rd coach for these seniors in 3 years since they were sophomores. Coach Anderson is when they were sophomores. As juniors last year, they had Coach Van Leeuwen. Now Coach Bowen this year. Coach Bowen's a Bear River grad, so he's a Northern Utah kid. Been coaching down at Cottonwood. So these kids have to adjust to a new coach, a new philosophy every year. And it looks like Logan's got some pieces. See if they can get everything in sync. Going deep, man in the end zone, touchdown! That's Sargent, 28 yards. Sargent now has 156 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Wilson 391 through the air and 3 touchdowns. And the kick is good. It's a 5-point game, 47-42 with 2:18 to play. Onside kick coming up. We've had some interesting games our first 2 weeks here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. It was 58-56 last week. It's 47-42 here tonight. Looks like I'm calling a Madden 2K tournament. All right. Let's see what the Grizzlies got. Stansberry with their hands team. And it's just a high punch kick. Fielded on the run. The tackle made short of the 45-yard line. And Stansberry with another chance to salt this game away. Leading by 5, they led by 20. At one point in this ballgame, they led 41-21. They've been outscored 21-6 since then. Huxford's going to keep it. He's got some room far side. Moves back in because he didn't want to go out of bounds. Stopped after a 4-yard gain. Huxford 47 yards on 14 carries. Logan takes a timeout. On the ground tonight, 310 yards rushing so far for Stansberry, 223 through the air. So 533 yards total offense for Stansberry. For Logan, 391 through the air. I'll have to do some quick math here. $124 through the air, 391 through the air, 124 on the ground for 515 yards. Here's a stop by Logan. They're out of timeouts. Stansbury has to get a first down to be able to run out the clock. They can't just run out the clock. They can run it down right now. It's third down. They can run it down to about 1:15. On 3rd and 5. And Logan defensively, you don't want to be offsides. Let's see if the Grizzlies sell out. I'm looking for Gabe Harris if I'm Stansberry, although Christofferson, all he's done is rush for 191 yards. They're going to throw it, and it's behind the intended receiver, Wahangi. 4th and 5. 1:14 on the clock. Will Stansberry punt? I almost think you have to. Logan's offense has been effective the last couple of series. I don't know that you want to give it to him on your side of the field or risk giving it to him. So Larson's back at the 22. Stansberry's already run one fake punt tonight. With that spread formation on the punt, they are going to kick it away, and it's bobbled. And the punter does a good job of getting rid of it. It lands at the 24-yard line. So the Grizzlies are 76 yards away, and they have 65 ticks on the clock. Over 1,000 yards of offense combined in this game. That's the second week in a row we've seen lots of O. Let's see, the Grizz have a miracle up their sleeve. There's a flag. Stansberry's got 12 on the field. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Stansberry's got 12 guys on the field. I mean, that's probably a good defensive philosophy if they'll let you do it. Those guys in the stripes are sticklers and just never let you do stuff like that. Now Stansberry's got it sorted out. Over the middle, Thornley. Thornley in space. Thornley to the 47. 17 yards. Wilson throws it up. Oh, dangerous. Throws it incomplete. Wilson is 22 of 44, 408 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That was just about number 5. 49 seconds. Logan is 53 yards away from the touchdown. They need a touchdown. They're down 5. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. The middle of the field is open because everybody is so worried about Sargent and Larson on the edges. Here's Thompson. He's got running room. So they're going away from Larson and Sargent. 17 more yards. Wilson, too high, picked off, good night. Is it Gabe Harris? It is. Another pick 6 for Harris, and he dashes those Grizzly dreams all over that field. Wilson overthrew his receiver, and Harris takes it back all the way. There's a flag back at the 27. Either way, that's the ball game. A gutsy performance by Logan. And Wilson threw for over 400 yards, but 5 interceptions is all he's going to think about, I'm sure, for the next week. But he's got to put it out of his mind. He's got another game next week. He can think about it. He'll think about it all weekend. Personal foul on Stansberry. So the Stallions will take a knee, and they will escape Crimson Field with a 47-42 win. Skyview lost 18-10. They got down to the Sky Ridge 12-yard line with 2 seconds left. They got a shot at the end zone, and the pass was incomplete. So Skyview loses. Mountain Crest was losing. Ridgeline and Green Canyon were winning, and Logan fought back from a 20-point fourth quarter deficit, late game deficit, and they come up short, 47-42. 425 yards through the air for Ethan Wilson. Stansberry's Tommy Christofferson ran for 191 yards, and the Stallions win it 47-42. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experienced dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Dr. Daines, obviously we're always looking for ways that we can bring back what we've lost. In hearing, that's particularly important so you don't drive people wild with frustration. And technology going hand in hand with your hearing aids. You've got something fabulous just come in, haven't you? Bluetooth.
Yep. Bluetooth has been in hearing aids for a long time, but there's something new. Manufacturers come out with a new product that makes it very simple. We used to have to either take our phone out and talk into our phone, but the hearing aid would come into both of our ears, but now you don't even have to take your phone out of your pocket. When your phone rings, you push a button on the hearing aid and start talking.
What? This is a new innovation, I'm sure.
It is. We've been trying to do it for a long time, and this company just barely figured out how to do it, and it's been very good.
Right, so you love it because you've tried it out, haven't you?
Yes, I wear it. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Don't even have to take your phone out of your pocket, out of your bag, out of anywhere. The phone rings, hit the button, and then you're talking.
Yes, and you can be sitting on your couch watching TV. Your phone can be across the room, and push the button and it answers it, and you just start talking.
Wow. You just can't even believe the innovations, can you, in technology these days?
It's really amazing. And there's a TV connector that connects to your TV, so you can be streaming directly from your TV right into both ears. You can have the TV volume set at what you like it, and everybody else in the room can have it where they like it.
Wow, that would be fantastic, right?
And then your phone rings and you push the button and answer the phone.
All this from the comfort of your own couch. Bluetooth technology, of course, been around, like you say, for a while, but you've just got this in. Are you going to start recommending this to people?
I am.
Yeah.
In fact, I've probably put on 5 or 6 people already, and they love it.
Really? Yes. Okay, well, we can't ask for more than that. So if you're thinking that you'd like to get right up to date with the technology available in your hearing aid, come on down here to Cache Valley Hearing and talk to Dr. Daines. He'd love to help you. Tell us where we are, Dr. Daines, and how people can get hold of you.
We're at 485 North Main, right across from the New Zions Bank, and our phone number is 753-4327.
Okay, just out there as far as technology, and it just sounds great. If I ever need a hearing aid, this is the kind that I'm getting. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Your password is password, and everything you own is gray, Mike.
I thought you liked basic, Mike.
That was before I had Wendy's Made to Crave chicken sandwiches. Now I know I can do better than basic.
Upgrade from basic with 3 new sandwiches on Wendy's Made to Crave menu. The barbecue chicken sandwich, avocado BLT chicken sandwich, and the sauce and bacon chicken sandwich. At Wendy's, we got you.
You need to take a long drive at exactly the speed limit.